your carpaccio. Tonight I'm going to make a piece of halibut. We're going to crust it with arborio rice. So it will be gluten free. If anybody can't have gluten, the rice takes care of that problem for you. We're going to serve it over radicchio, cremini mushrooms, and broccoli rabe. But before I do that, now I always figure everybody knows how to blanch and refresh something. Because if you're cooking, you've done it before. I just thought tonight I'd show you. So I have a pot on here, water boiling, and you want to salt it. They always say the water should taste like the sea. So you want some salt in there. So I cut all the stems practically off of the broccoli rabe. Now I know there's people out there that are cringing and they're like, well, what do you mean different stems? My mother used to come to the restaurant and take all the leaves that I would take off of the broccoli rabe and cook it, but that's not how I do it. I take all the big leaves off and I took all the stems off tonight because it's going under fish. So we're going to put this in, and normally when I do broccoli rabe, I let it cook down a little bit because all my friends like me to make it mushy for them. We're not going to do that tonight. Tonight we're going for color. I just want to do the color. You could see immediately how that changed. So, you know, the blanching does a few things. First, it starts it cooking. Second, it does get rid of a little bit of the bitter. Most important to people, a lot of times, is it makes it pretty. It really does. Any green vegetable you put in there. So that's all I'm going to do with that. That's pretty enough. And you never go too long on green. So I poured my broccoli in to a strainer. Normally, if you're blanching and refreshing, you'd have a bowl here with cold water with ice in it, and you would dip it in. We're not going to do that because we're going to get ready to cook it now. I'm just going to cool it down because I'm not ready to use it yet. And I don't want it to turn any colors or, you know, overcooked. So I'm just doing that, so don't overcook. I want it to be green tonight. Put that back. I'm going to come back and show you how to take care of the fish. So we have arborio rice here. That's maybe, I don't know, 3-4 tablespoons. Should be enough for 2 pieces. I have a little bit of milk in here because I'm going to dip it in the milk so it helps to make that stick. You can do it with buttermilk if you want. You can just rub a little water if you want. Put this in a blender for about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. You'll see when it gets to the consistency you want. It's little teeny tiny pieces of rice. Now, when I had a spice grinder, I used to put it in the spice grinder. That works perfect. I'm going to dip them in milk and then the rice. I'm going to turn my pan on. You don't have to worry about the pan getting too hot because we're using Teflon because I don't want it to stick, okay? So this is beautiful, beautiful halibut. It's one of my favorite fishes. This is the thickness. This is like right from the center of the piece of halibut. You always, if you're ordering it from a fish guy, you don't want the skin on it because believe me, you can't take it off. If you want to eat the skin, I don't really think it's the kind of skin you eat, but so I washed this and dried it, and I'm not going to salt and pepper it yet because it'll only come off when I dip it in the milk. So I always look for the pretty side, and I think this is actually probably the bottom, and this is probably the top. Even though that looks prettier, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to dip it in milk. And Maria does not like her halibut, how halibut should be eating. So we're going to do hers like this. So we're going to dip it in. And only one side, that's all you need. So now, we're going to salt and pepper. And I have gloves on because I'm handling fish, that's all. That's all. Some pepper. And then we're going to take this. Dip it in there. Just a nice little coating. So I'm going to add a little more crunch right here in this corner. I can see I want it. A little more. Okay, so. Tina, I was thinking about you today. Gluten free. So I'm going to put some extra virgin olive oil down. Ooh, must have been some water in that pan. That's why it's sizzling like that. So I'm going to put this down. And I don't want to keep it too high because I don't want to burn the rice. So I'm going to lower that. And we're going to keep our eye on it. Since we get a nice color on that, that's all we need. So I'm going to get rid of this. We don't need it anymore. I'm going to throw this in there. They've been in the pan maybe 2 minutes. And I have that on. My stove is near medium low. So we're going to try this and see what it looks like on this side. Oh, it's getting a nice color. I wanted to show you the reason why I love this spatula so much. Look at the difference in this.
This is about
$8, $7. It's about $25. Look at the difference. This doesn't move. Doesn't move. It's okay on a barbecue grill to pick up a burger. But this, look at this. It's a beauty. Oh, that's the color I like mine. But I'm going to bet my way I like toast sauce. And that's perfect, I think. Isn't that perfect? Yep. Okay, so now we're going to let this cook through. And meanwhile, we're going to make our sides for this. But you want to remember that fish rule of thumb is 8 minutes per inch. So I'm going to say that this is going to take me, the way I like it, that's about 1.25 inches. That's going to be at least 10 minutes to be total finished for me. This for Maria is almost done. Another 4 minutes, that's going to be done. I'm going to pull it out and I'll heat it back up, but I'm going to cook mine with a lid on it. If you don't want to put a lid on it, just throw it in the oven. 350 degrees, another 5 minutes till you feel it. You'll feel it. You'll see it get firm on this side. So we'll be back and we'll show you how to do this side. So I decided tonight no sauce for the fish. This actually is going to be, my vegetables are going to be all made. I'm going to saute them and I'm going to lay my fish on top of it. But we're going to use a little bit of chicken stock and some butter and some lemon, and that's actually going to become a sort of a sauce for underneath the fish. This is a really good way of doing it. I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil. I guess that's about a tablespoon. So I'm not going to use any garlic, any shallots, no onion in this. I don't want it on my fish. You can do whatever you want. If you like onion with fish, go ahead. I chose instead, I'm going to use some fresh chives from my yard. I just want that freshness at the end, and I'm going to just put it right on top of my fish. Not actually a garnish, but it will make it look pretty like a garnish. So I have my broccoli rabe. This is enough. Remember, I always cook for 2. So if you need it for 4, double it up. Some cremini mushrooms, sliced nice and thin. Oil's getting hot in the pan. It doesn't have to be red hot, but we want to start to brown the mushrooms. That's the first thing we're going to put in. Let them brown. Remember, whenever you brown something, you're getting all the flavor is going into the product and coming out of the product. The same product, it's the same, but it's good. So we'll let these get nice and brown, and we'll add all the ingredients. I'm going to take this small piece out, and see how nice it bends? Look at that, it goes right under there. It bends, it goes where you want it to go. Now I'm going to put the lid on this. I like mine cooked through. You don't have to. If you like it medium, cook it medium. My friend Marie, if you overcook her fish, boom, she's done. Never overcook your fish. Now, I would think most people like it. Well, I did go to a really, really good restaurant in New York once. Really fancy, schmancy. And my halibut was almost raw. Honestly, I couldn't eat it. I had to send it back. So, I like my fish cooked. I'm going to put a little salt and pepper on the mushrooms. Just a little bit, because we're going to salt everything as we go. Okay, they're almost finished. Now, I think they look nice. They're a beautiful color. We're going to add our broccoli rabe. This dish is a lot about color. Now, I'm going to add a little pinch. A pinch. I like to season everything. I season in layers. And now we're going to add radicchio. This is about 1/4 of a head. You don't have to add it all. I'm just going to add enough for 2. It's washed and dried. Like I said, if you don't have a salad spinner, get one. They're really worth having. I'm going to put this on the side. going to do on the meat, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon zest. Bring in the lemon to the fish. Then I'm going to add, I have here about 3/4 cup of chicken stock. But you do want it a little sauce underneath your fish, okay? So I got that going. Alright, doesn't that look good? Just look at the colors. We eat with our eyes and our nose are the first things. These are our senses, okay? So I'm going to try to get rid of the seeds. I don't feel like digging out my zester, my thing. I'm just going to squeeze that. You get more with the lemon squeezer, but I don't feel like being lazy. I should use the old hands. Okay, that looks perfect. You just want to wilt the radicchio a little. You don't want it to really, really wilt down. Now, I know because of, well, first I'm going to add some salt and pepper because I know because of the stock and the butter that I'm going to add that it's going to need salt. So I'm going to add some butter. You don't have to add too much. Just add a tablespoon. I'm going to whisk that in and then we're going to check out our fish. So I'm going to plate. Doesn't that look pretty? So use a slotted spoon so you can aim for the middle so you can control how much sauce you want. I'm just going to split this into two. Actually, now I actually want to get some sauce. That's enough. Fish is done. This is my piece. So I cooked that probably for 12 minutes. That's how I like it. I'm going to take some of these just for some freshness. I'm going to throw them on the top. Oh, a couple around the dish. If you haven't ever tried halibut, try it. I'd say barramundi, halibut, flounder, like my favorite fish. So I just want to show you. We have Arborio crusted halibut over radicchio, broccoli rabe, and cremini mushrooms. I hope you like this dish. If you liked the video, please share it. If you make it, let me know. And send me photos. I love those photos. I want to say thanks again for watching the videos, and everybody stay safe and cheers.